Hi guys, welcome back. It is the 25th of May today and I'm just doing a bunch of stuff before I have to go to work. I'm on a late, I don't have to be in work until 3 o'clock, but I have the whole morning because I like to wake up around 7 o'clock. So I have a little bit of art admin to do and just some general adult stuff basically. One of the things I'm actually planning to do, because you're in my kitchen if you haven't guessed, I have got this in here. There is some frozen mushrooms that were going out of date, and I thought I'd just freeze them because I don't know when I can use them next, but it's better than throwing them away. And then I've got a massive bag of my pumpkin that I had in October, and I thought it was ripe enough. I don't think it is ripe enough to be able to do anything with it, but then I looked online and it turns out you can actually make soup out of it, so I thought I'd combine the two, but I obviously need to wait for it to become more room temperature so I can blend it and then work from there. I will be testing it and tasting it and making sure it tastes nice, because I don't want to put so much work into it and then be like, oh, I don't like this at all. It's a bit of an odd combination, but Gordon Ramsay has got something on it like soup, mushroom and pumpkin soup. I thought I'd give it a try because if I don't like it at the end of the world, it can go into my compost heap, so it's not wasted. Just realised I've come upstairs and I want a cup of tea, so I'm gonna have to go back downstairs in a minute, but it's fine. I'll just explain to you some of the bits. I'm actually, when you're watching this, I'm actually going to be at Glastonbury Festival because I'm like pre-recording, because I work full time, so it's the only way around me being able to prioritise YouTube whilst doing a full-time job. But I've got a couple of things that I needed to be able to do before then, and just the thought of it, I'm just like, oh my god, it's less than a month away, it's less than 4 weeks, and I'm just like, oh my god, I've got so many shifts until then, and it's just going to be a massive thing. But you know what, it'll be worth it in the end, because honestly, I'm so excited. It's one of those things, I want to be there and just get so bored out of my head that I just want to come home. You know, it's fine. Actually, today for my art admin, I thought I'll just sit. Art admin isn't always about writing, it's actually sometimes about putting some of my artworks up on eBay, which is where I sell them all, and also a bit of website updating as well, because I am restructuring my website. If anyone wants to check that out, I'll leave in the description box. Hopefully it'll be done by then. It's just like all the pictures are up, they're set to a good example and a good enough quality for me. I just got to edit the names of them and then put the sizes and the prices in and all the lovely little bits that just take a little bit of time, but you can do it now and again, just to like maybe 10 minutes here and there, and it just takes a massive it makes you feel like you're not wasting a day when the weather is this nice. So one of the things I want to list up on my channel is a painting now. So I don't know if I've uploaded so I've been doing like 30-minute ASMR painting, and I've been doing them like several times a week, so I've been able to create this bulk mass of being able to show you how I got from one point to another and just showing you generally the process of it. So I don't know when the actual videos are going up for this, so I mean, here's what I made earlier, but I haven't made it yet because it's not on my channel. So this is it. This is one of the pieces that I have done recently. I actually think this is pretty much finished, because I've got to that point when I get finished artwork, I don't want to do any more to it. And every time I look at this, I'm like, I think it's done, you know? I think it is. Like, there's enough texture, there's enough form, you can tell what it is, and it just sits nicely. And I'm basically selling this. If anyone wants it, I'm going to be selling it for £70 on my eBay account, free postage and packaging. It is available only in the UK because international, the insurance of the postage won't cover the cost if this is damaged or lost, which is a massive shame. I think it's only for paintings though, but I think with prints it's completely different. Prints, they're insured for wherever in the world, so I do have a vast variety of prints that are to do with nature if you want to check them out as well. I've got plenty on my eBay account, honestly. I've also got a couple of other bits that I've been fiddling around with because I'm trying to get more financially stable. And for that, I have decided to look into the gardening approach. Now, not to do with plants, because you need like a license and you need like all these like certificates and little bits and pieces to go along with it, but actually the accessories of plants. So ideally, in either this house or the next, I would like to be growing bamboo, because bamboo is very sustainable, because you just plant it and it grows. And there's a specific one that I can use and grow because it doesn't go down and spread. The roots come up and spread on the surface, so I don't need to dig it up. I just need to put a barrier up and then chop bits off. And because bamboo sticks are quite easy to grow because it's a very fast plant, I can sell them after I've chopped them down, obviously, and then send them on to clients who want the bamboo sticks, and also use them for myself, which means I save money because I don't need to buy bamboo sticks, and I'm also making a little bit of money from it as well. Also because I know someone who has has a company that sells plants, and they have a lot of plant waste when it comes to plants that have died. So I said to them, you know, instead of paying someone to pick up the rubbish and then sending it off to landfill, why don't I just come around and pick up what you've got? Because I can use any of the dead plants that I know definitely won't come back to life. I can use for compost. And obviously that's great to have compost because it means I don't have to spend money on compost, because believe it or not, it's quite expensive. And I can just add in like some manure, or I have a tree in the front garden that shreds its leaves, and I can just mix the leaves and then create this like really lovely tree mulch, which is great for all my plants because it's peat free and I don't have to buy all those plastic bags, etc, etc. Then I've also got the plant pots, so I'll go sort through them and then I'll sell them onwards. I normally sell about 10 plant pots for £5, excluding postage and packaging. For one, it doesn't go to landfill, and two, someone else can make most of it because it's plant pots. Easily issuable as well, so whoever I send it off with, they're always going to be insured. So I've never had it happen before, but if the plants break, I'm still covered and they're still covered. That's just 2 options right now, but I've also looked at a third. I've actually ordered the supplies for it, and I'm quite excited to get started because I found that when I plant the seeds, let's say for tomatoes, and I've got several varieties, or I want to plant courgettes, tomatoes, cucumbers, I don't know, lots of plants within 1 month. I think March is like the busiest month for planting several seeds, and I just get so carried away that I just plant them all and I'm like, oh, I don't need to know what they are, I'll guess what they are. Doesn't work. I go to them and I'm like, I don't know what this is. Like some of them I can work out, like the carrots, their leaves are like multiple hands, so it's not just like hand like that, it's like that, if that makes sense. And then I've got coriander, which just looks like a hand and it smells, and then obviously lavender's the same, it smells, mint smells. Some of the other ones you can't. And I've got like a tray outside right now. I have like a mini greenhouse because it's just a tray with a plastic sheet over the top to, well, mimic a greenhouse basically, and it's got mystery plants in until I figure out what they are. They can just sit in there and grow and be happy and do what they want because I don't know what they are, which is a shame. I can't guess either. I've even taken pictures and showed my mum and been like, what is this plant? She's like, I don't know. And if she doesn't know, or my granddad doesn't know, or my dad doesn't know, then we don't know. What was I saying? Anyway, yeah, I get so excited and carried away with the planting that I don't want to get a stick, write on it, put it in, that whole process. And to be honest, half the time the stick becomes a bit too wet and the writing on the stick just disintegrates, so I can't actually tell what it is. Yeah, the stick is wood, so it disintegrates anyway because it's biodegradable. But there's also those plastic ones which I've been given, and I write on them, but then they're not weatherproof because the writing just smudges off. So I'm just like, what? Where is the fine line here? So I was basically going to make myself some ceramic plant labels, and I've been looking around for it for ages because I was like, oh, they'll be waterproof, they'll be able to withstand the weather, they'll be great because I can reuse them, and it means I can just pick it up and just put it straight in. I don't have to write, I don't have to try and find some sticks, and it's less waste as well because once I've done it, that's it. If I break it, I can just glue it back together or make another one. It's that simple. But the problem around it was that you have to fire it, and then I found this blog on the web. Basically says if you use air drying clay, stamp in what you want, put it as the size that you want, and then colour it whatever you want. You can use like this spray that coats it a bit like a protective sealant, and that makes it waterproof. And that for me was just like a godsend, because air drying clay is actually quite cheap, and I thought I'll go down this route because if it's successful, I don't mind what it looks like. So the first batch can be terrible, as long as I can read it, I don't care. So I'll use the first batch, and then I'll maybe make a couple for my parents for like Christmas gifts, and then I'll just expand from there. And if it is successful, I can then sell on these by making makeshift ones, because everyone's going to grow tomato, carrots, cucumber, courgette, beans, and then I can make customization ones, so like cosmos, rhododendron, and several different plants that people probably want multiple plant labels for. And because the materials are quite cheap, it means I can make them quite cheaply, but it affects the quality of the product. And because I'm not out to make massive amounts of money, I just want sustainability and financial freedom a bit. It doesn't mean that you have to pay through the nose, and because it's not going through someone, it means I can keep the costs down, and it also means people can enjoy it and use it as gifts. Yeah, that's just 3 little ways I'm just thinking about branching out into. Well, one of them I'm doing already, the like plant pots I'm doing already. I've got to do the bamboo. I don't know if it'll be in this house or the next, because if I plant bamboo now, I'm gonna have to move it, and it's fast growing anyway, so I can just find a way around it a different way. But the plant labels I would like to be able to do very soon. I have ordered the stock, so I will be filming it as well, so hopefully that will come out after this video, which I'm pretty sure I will. I'll make sure it will. And then we'll just go from there. What would you guys think? Is that bananas? Are you thinking, why are you trying to get money out of this? If anyone new to my channel has no idea what I'm on about, basically I've mentioned already, I work full-time. I would really like to move full-time as an artist, but to be able to keep that sustainable, I have to find ways of being financially stable, and art is one of them. YouTube is one of them. This is why that I've made this whole channel. And outside of that, I'm also doing gaming. I also do blogs as well about experience and travel and sustainability. I'm just trying to find a way of being able to maintain this, so I can then drop my hours or even leave my current job, whichever would be better, and go from there. Because why would I not? Why would I not want to work for myself when I'm more financially free? Yeah, it'll be a bit more stressful because it's all down to me, but I can pick and choose my hours, and I can be much more betterly maintained with work-life balance. Because I think as a society we work too much. I feel like 4 days a week of 8-hour shifts should be the maximum we should work. Because think about it, if you're going to work the same amount, work less hours but get paid the same amount, you're going to spend more money and you have more time. So you're going to be down the pub drinking more, you're going to be in garden centres, you're going to be on holiday more, you're going to be so much more happier, because be able to see people more would just be fabulous. And I rave about this so much, not just on my channel but also at my workplace, that I can't not talk about it, because it's just mentally sustaining. And it also means people driving around less at work, so less traffic. Yeah, I could rant about this all day, but I'm not going to. So I'm going to go grab a cup of tea. I'm going to upload and publish some of my artworks that I want to sell. I've also got a couple of plant pots on there if you guys want to buy some if you live in the UK.
Hey. Hi. Ah, got you.
And just like that, my morning's over and I have to go to work, unfortunately, so that does mean I have to leave this vlog here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's just a nice little insight into my life. I quite enjoy doing them because a lot of the time it's a lot of just calm and peace, especially when I'm out in the garden. I love it, and it's a lovely time to just, well, I've got lovely weather, so I just get to sit in the garden and just, well, you saw, I just kind of ponder about and take some weeds up, sit down, have some water, watch the bees go into the foxgloves and all those lovely little bits that I get to experience and enjoy, whilst I have to remember that I'm going into a box for the rest of the evening. Oh gosh, it makes it sound terrible. It's not the worst thing in the world, and hopefully it'll be a good shift where it'll just go really quickly and I can go straight home, go to bed, wake up and then go back to work. And then, but luckily for that day I'll be on it early, so I'll get the rest of the day off when I come home. Okay, right, I'm going to leave it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this. If you'd like to see anything else, there's loads of links in my description box, as well as my social medias and my eBay selling account, which is where you'll find all my artworks that I feature on my channel. Please do check them out because I've actually done a massive reduction of a lot of my artworks because I decided I want to try and sell as much as possible before I leave this house. I am planning to buy a house next year, and I would like to, well, I've just reduced a lot of my artwork so people can buy it for cheaper and get a really good deal, as well as me being able to free up some space so I have to take less artworks with me. But yeah, there's also a PayPal's donation page if you'd like to donate as well. That'll be greatly appreciated. And yeah, I'll keep you guys updated as always. I will always do a vlog each week if I can do it and if I have time. I will be also filming at Glastonbury Festival this year. It won't be like proper vlogging like this. It will probably be little snippets like last year because it was amazing, and it was actually the first vlog I ever did for my channel was at Glastonbury, and it was just like an intro and I'm like walking around going, look at this, oh, and all these little funny little bits and pieces. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed again, and I shall see you later. Bye.